A prehistoric family's world is shattered by an earthquake.
Get to the cave! Look out!
So they must venture into a strange new land to find safety.
Just think, our whole family packed together on a long, slow trip across country. We'll tell stories, we'll laugh.
But when they meet a clever boy, their journey gets complicated in The Croods.
Hello, I am Liz.
Hi, I'm Jami.
Hi, I'm Brenna, and we're here today to talk about The Croods, the new animated film from DreamWorks. We've all just seen it.
And we're joined today by Jami Philbrick, brought to us by IamRogue.com. All right, Jami, you are required to tell us a little bit about yourself.
You got it. My name is Jami Philbrick. I am the managing editor of a website called IamRogue.com, and it's Relativity Media's movie news site.
All right, well, how did you feel about The Croods?
So the film's written by Kirk and Micco, who wrote Space Chimps, and he wrote it along with Chris Sanders, who wrote How to Train Your Dragon, and they developed a story with comedic legend from Monty Python fame, John Cleese. It was compelling. I didn't think it really carried itself all the way through. It was unique, well-written. I thought the characters were well-developed. You know, I liked it. I think kids are going to enjoy it.
They're old things we've seen. All of these, the overprotective dad, but I found that the way they did it, the execution of the story was actually pretty unique.
Well, I think that's because the script structure is actually very unusual, because you have narration from Eep, Emma Stone, throughout the beginning of the film and bookended at the end, but then you have a complete diversion in the third act, or towards the end of the second act, to the father figure, and it becomes the father story all of a sudden.
Right.
So it's a little bit unusual. You have a children's film, but you're focusing on the adult and his struggles. But for the most part, all the rest of the conflicts and struggles are really conventional.
Mm-hmm. And Ryan Reynolds' character comes in, and that was good to sort of, you know, you had the love story going between the two, between him and Emma Stone's character.
Yeah, no, they didn't even kiss at the end.
No kissing.
I mean, it's a children's movie after all.
Right.
They kissed in Beauty and the Beast.
That's true.
I mean, he's a guy named Guy, and the Croods, they set it up so that the Croods are cavemen, but they're not Homo sapiens. They're more Neanderthal-like.
Right.
And Guy comes in with his big cranium, and he is obviously a Homo sapien. And because of his bigger brain, he's able to be smart and live and have all these great ideas that lets him live in a different environment than the ones that they were living in.
Discovers fire and is able to.
That's very idealistic, because this film has no basis in science whatsoever.
No,
So I don't know if that's true.
I mean, the humans have, besides the monkey wall climbing that the Croods do, the basis for their design is very sort of early hominid versus modern hominid.
You have something that's trying to be based in some sort of reality. Like you're talking about hominids, you're talking about Neanderthals and various types of Australopithecus or whatever we're going to go into there. But really, these characters defy physics. They have all these advanced thinking that never came around during that time period that we're looking at. Like, it's really,
Well, that was my problem. It started to fall.
It's very frustrating. It's falling apart.
It started to fall apart there, and I had to, at a certain point, kind of turn off my thinking brain and say, it's a movie, it's for kids.
I think they kind of covered that.
I did question that.
By saying that, by implying that Guy is a human.
But where did he come from?
He came from a different place.
Don't think about it too much, Liz.
I'm Guy.
Guy?
And this is Belt, cook, conversationalist, navigator. Also, keeps my pants up.
What are pants up?
Who are you?
Eep?
Let me clarify, Eep, the world is ending.
What?
I'm calling it the end.
Nicolas Cage did one of the voices in Astro Boy, and it totally took me out of the movie because he's got such a distinctive voice, and you're like,
voice?
you just know it's Nick Cage, but it works for a Neanderthal man.
He's perfect.
Like, he's
he should
perfect.
stay in this subgenre of Neanderthal animated films because it's perfect.
Yeah.
He is a loving father, and so there were aspects that you could relate to.
Everybody was casted well. The only one I found slightly distracting was Emma Stone, because she has a very unique voice. Yeah. But it wasn't bad distracting.
I didn't need celebrities in this film. I think we always talk about that, as a group. We always talk about, this stunt casting with celebrities.
I miss voice actors.
Right, but I did enjoy hearing Catherine Keener's voice because I'm such a huge fan, and it was nice to see that their animated forms reflected a more realistic expression of early hominid or early man or whatever we want to call them, because they had thick arms and they had hunched shoulders.
They're stronger than Guy.
It's fire. Where did it come from? He made it.
Make some for me.
It doesn't come out of him.
Make it.
You know, you're a lot like your daughter.
Oh, great. Now he's broken.
The animation I thought was the best part about the movie, and the 3D was really good. It's not since Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs have I seen an animated movie with that's good at 3D.
The worlds in this film, they travel through all these different environments, and they're big and they're breathtaking and they're beautiful and fantastical, and these are creatures and there's all these dangers they face. And it's absolutely amazing, and the 3D really enhances that.
And they knew when to push imagery in the foreground and then have some depth in the background, which I very much enjoyed. As many problems as I have with the story and specifically with the character of Guy, I did laugh a lot at this movie because, I mean, even them just like throwing rocks in people's faces and saying they're taking a picture, like that was hilarious. And
Some of the gags seemed a little too...
A little childish.
Yeah, a little too, they were going
I think there was some of that with Guy. He was a little over the top sometimes, like just over top silly, but I've seen movies with my younger relatives and they crack up at that stuff.
The Croods is a fine film for children. It's very funny, but outside of the family film genre, it's living room entertainment. Stream it.
I totally agree with you, Liz. I think the animation is fantastic and the 3D is great. Kids will love the film, but parents might be a little bit bored. I say stream it.
I have to disagree. I laughed a lot, and I heard you laughing a lot. I think the parents will be just as entertained, so I say see it.
Well, it looks like our votes add up to 2 full tickets, which is a stream it for the Croods. Bum, bum, bum.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Eep was curvy and awkward and ape-like, but she was still really attractive, which was awkward.